Hey, baby. Are you okay? Well, I just wanted to check on you. You've been in the bathroom for a while, so I just wanted to make sure you're all right. You're okay? All right. Um, are you sure? Listen, if I'm wrong, just tell me and I'll stop bothering you. But I know sometimes when you're feeling really anxious, you feel like you have to go hide, so I just want to say that if that is what's happening, I just want you to know that I'm always glad to help, okay? I used to get panic attacks all the time, so I know how scary they can be, especially if you're alone or if you feel like you can't tell anyone. So, if that is what's going on, then maybe you can open the door and I can try to help calm you down. How does that sound, baby? Hey, it's okay. Hey, I'm right here. You're all right. I'm gonna help you, okay? We're gonna get through this together, and I promise you, everything is gonna be fine. So, here, why don't you just hold my hand and let's go sit down? There you go. That's it. It's okay. I know. You're a little shaky right now, and that's fine, all right? You're totally safe, and I'm gonna take care of you. So, I'm gonna be right here until you feel better, okay? All right, let's just sit down over here. There we go. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to walk you through this one step at a time, exactly the way I would do it if I was having a panic attack, okay? Believe me, I know exactly what you're feeling right now. So, first things first, let's address some of the stuff that might be going through your head right now. So, just listen to me and just kind of hold on to these words as I say them. Now, first up, you're safe, all right? No matter what you're feeling right now, no matter what physical sensations you're having, no matter how much your brain might be kind of spinning right now, I promise you, you are completely safe. You're not going to die. You're not having a heart attack. You're not going to throw up. You're not going to stop breathing. Your heart is going to be just fine. I promise you, no matter how bad the physical sensations are, you're perfectly safe. This is just like any other panic attack you've had before. You survived every single one of those, no matter how unpleasant they might have been. And this is just like that, except I'm going to help you to try to rein in that fear, and we're going to get that fight or flight feeling back down to a normal level, okay? So all you have to do is just listen to my voice, because I'm going to walk you through every single step of this, okay? Okay, now first off, you don't need to feel embarrassed. I know a lot of times what makes the feeling so scary is that you feel like you're alone or you can't tell anyone. And I totally understand. I mean, hell, one time I was at dinner with my own mom and I had a panic attack and I was too embarrassed to say anything. I just sat there eating Mexican food and feeling like I was gonna die. But look at me. You are not alone, okay? I'm right here. You're completely safe right now. Everything is gonna be fine, all right? We're going to take as much time as you need, and I promise you, there is nothing I would rather be doing than helping you feel better right now. I need you to understand that, and I need you to believe it, okay? I'm not judging you. There is nothing to feel ashamed about, and this does not make you weak, not at all, okay? Your system is just a little out of balance right now, and we can fix that. Everything your body is feeling right now is happening because of the adrenaline in your body. That's why it feels like a big flash through your system. But I want you to tell yourself something, even if it's hard to believe right now. I want you to tell yourself, I am not in danger. I might be uncomfortable, this might be unpleasant, but I'm not in danger, okay? It's all right, baby. You don't have to say any of this out loud. Just kind of keep that thought in your head, okay? I'm not in danger. No matter what I'm feeling, I'm not in danger. Now I want you to do something for me, and this might feel a little bit counterintuitive. Just trust me, okay? I want you to completely slump down right where you're sitting, because I know right now, the adrenaline is probably telling you to move. It's telling you to get up, or that you need to go outside, or you need to go hide, or something like that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do the exact opposite of that. And I'll explain why in a second, but here, I'm going to do it with you. There we go. We're just going to settle in, and I want you to act like your arms are made of lead, okay? Like you're a statue. Don't worry about sitting up straight, all right? You can kick your legs out. You can let your arms and your hands go completely limp. Just completely slump into that spot right there. Okay, there we go. That's it. Good job. Hey, you're doing good, all right? I promise you, this is going to help. That's it. And it's okay if you feel your body still tensing up a little bit. Sometimes you don't have a say over it. It just kind of happens. But the point is, we're going to make a deliberate choice to do the exact opposite of what the panic is trying to get us to do. And the reason we're doing that is because it's going to interrupt the panic attack. Because you see, the fear and the panic and all of that, it's like an electrical current that's moving around in a circle, and it just goes around and around and around. And you think about the fear, and then you feel the sensation, and then it loops back around. What we're going to do is we're going to cut off that flow, and we're going to short-circuit that feeling. Because right now, what you're feeling is the automatic panic response that your body's doing because it thinks you're in danger. And if we try to push it down or just avoid it, it only gets more intense. So I know it doesn't feel like it, but your body is trying to keep you safe right now. You see, your system thinks you're in danger, but it can't tell the difference between your brain feeling really anxious versus, an actual real-life threat. But if we just sit here and we don't react to it, then guess what? Your nervous system is going to start realizing it's a false alarm, because why would we still be sitting down right now if there was a real danger, So we're not going to try to control what our body's doing right now. We're just going to remind ourselves in our heads that we're not in danger, that we're completely safe, that this is a false alarm. The panic is trying to bluff us into believing we're actually in danger. And the more we just sit here and don't react to it, the more the rest of our system will start to turn off the alarm bells and start to bring the intensity down a little bit. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to go with the flow. So just sit here with me, all right? You're doing a great job. I'm super proud of you. I know it's really, really hard to do this. I promise you, this is going to help. And down the road, it's going to make things easier, okay? Okay, it's okay. You're doing good, all right? We're getting through this. And if it feels like it's not working, I promise you it is. It just takes some time. Your body needs a second to adjust to the fact that you're not running for your life right now, and it's a little confused that you're not doing that, but that's okay. We're just going to go with the flow. We're going to let our bodies do whatever they want to do, and we're not going to try to control the physical response at all. And I know what you might be thinking. If I don't try to stop it or distract myself right now, it's just going to get worse, right? But let me tell you something, and I say this as someone who went through hundreds and hundreds of panic attacks before I figured this stuff out. As soon as you stop trying to control it, then it will not get any worse. A lot of times it's really easy to fixate on this idea that it's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse, but I promise you that you're already through the worst of it. That first big feeling of panic and anxiety is like you're at the top of a really tall wave, but it's already reached its peak, so all we have to do is focus on riding it out until it comes back down, and it will. I promise you it will, because it has to. Your system can't do this forever, and the more we just stop fighting it and let it just wash through us, the quicker it'll be over. And again, I'm right here to guide you through this, and you're doing so good, all right? And I'm so proud of you. I know this isn't easy, but you are doing an amazing job. And believe me, I remember feeling exactly what you're feeling right now. I remember thinking that the anxiety and the panic would just go on forever, that I would never feel all right again, that it would just keep getting worse and worse and worse. But guess what? That adrenaline in your system that you're feeling, it's not as powerful as you think it is. I promise you, it cannot hurt you. And honestly, it can't even do that much when you think about it. I mean, look, let's go through it. When you feel the adrenaline, what's it doing? It makes your heart go a little faster. You might feel kind of shaky or lightheaded, or it might make you get kind of sweaty. I used to get so sweaty when I had panic attacks, let me tell you. But again, none of those things mean that we're in danger, okay? And you know what? Instead of thinking about the anxiety and the panic like it's this big, scary monster, let's try and imagine something different. Let's imagine that it is this little, fuzzy creature in front of you. No, I'm serious. Go ahead. Try and imagine that in your head. I know it, again, it might feel a little counterintuitive or a little strange, but just imagine that. Shrink it down to this little thing in front of you. And you just got to imagine that every time you start to get kind of nervous, that little ball of anxiety starts freaking out. And it's not because he's trying to scare you. It's because he's worried about you, and he's really sensitive to any kind of stress that you're feeling. But the longer we just sit here and we ride it out just like this, that little fuzzy ball of anxiety is going to notice that, and he's going to start to relax. He's going to notice that you're not running outside, and you're not going to hide in the bathroom. You're just right here, and me and you were talking, and everything is just fine. And you know what? Let's go even further. Let's give that little furry ball of panic a time limit. Yeah, we're going to give him, how about 30 seconds? That means he has 30 seconds to freak out as much as he wants to, but after that 30 seconds is over, that's it. So we're going to give him permission to be all panicked for those 30 seconds, but now we're going to do it on our terms. We're not letting the panic decide what we do with our lives. We're deciding how long that fear has before its time is up and we get to move on, okay? All right, ready? We're going to do this together. Just remember, this is your mind, all right? It's your body, and you have got more important things to do than see that little ball of anxiety freaking out all the time. You have more things to worry about and enjoy than just hearing him screech all the time. So we're going to give him his time, and then we're going to move on. So, all right, let's settle back down. Let's make sure and get all slumped here like before. Just, yeah, give it a couple big breaths and just sink all the way down, just like this. No matter what kind of a fuss the anxiety wants to make, no matter how loud that panic wants to be, we are staying put right here. All right, let's do it. 30. And we're going to really lean into this, okay? We're in charge here. 29, 28, 27. Remember, you've got a life to live, and the anxiety does not get to decide what kind of a life you have, all right? It might interrupt you sometimes, but it does not get to rule your life, all right? In fact, you know what? We're going to call its bluff. We're going to tell it to do its worst. And I know that might be a little scary, but I promise you, this thing is shy. It's not a big monster. It's a little ball of anxiety. And if we're going to face it head on, if we're going to shine a spotlight onto it, it's going to be so uncomfortable that we're not scared of it, that it's going to start to get smaller and smaller and smaller, all right? Good job. Let's keep going. 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Let's really try and shrink that creature down, okay? And here's how we're going to do it. We're going to pretend it's right here in front of us. We're going to say, hey, come on, anxiety. You're almost out of time. I mean, is this really the best you can do? I mean, you're giving me your worst, and you're still not even able to get me up out of my seat. I'm still just sitting here. That's how little power you have, anxiety. That's how little you affect my choices. Right? 18, 17, 16, 15. Oh, halfway done, anxiety. Like, you're just wasting our time right now. 14, 13, 12. And you know what? We've got stuff to do, all right? You got to wrap it up. I want to hang out with my sweetheart here, so you need to stop interrupting our day. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You're almost finished, anxiety. And look, I know you're just trying to keep us safe, but really, we're okay. You can quiet down now. You can take a break. We don't need you here right now. 5, 4. And you know what? Let's really slow it down a little bit, all right? Because we're not afraid of this. This is on our time now. We're going to stretch this out because that little ball of anxiety really hates that we're not scared anymore, that we're not doing what it wants us to do. 3. That's right, anxiety. It's time to quiet down. You're just a little ball of panic, and you have already been way too loud today. 2, you're out of time. 1, and 0. That's it. Hey, baby. Look at me. That was perfect. Seriously, you did so good, and I'm so proud of you. And I know that wasn't easy, but you did it. You stuck it out. You did the hard part of it. And that is so amazing of you. You did so good, and I am so proud of you. And you need to be proud of yourself, all right? Because I know that wasn't easy, but you did it, and that is what matters. And I promise you, if you can do it today, the next time this happens and you do this again, it gets a little bit easier. And it will keep getting easier until doing this is not even a second thought, okay? All right. Hey, that's okay. Hey, if you still feel a little bit weird, or, you still feel your body's still kind of doing its own thing, that is totally okay. It's completely normal. Sometimes, our brain gets on board with it, but our body still kind of takes a little while to catch up, There's a little bit of a delay between the way our brain signals to our body that everything's okay. So we're just going to hang out here and just give it a second to all kind of get on the same page. Now, if you're feeling a little better, is it okay if I give you a hug now? I know that can be a little bit overwhelming during the worst of it, but I just want to help you wind down a little bit, and I want you to know how proud I am of you. Yeah? Okay, hey, come here. Come here, there you go. There you go. I got you. You did so good. Seriously, I'm so proud of you. You're such a fighter, and I know it's tough, but man, that was amazing to see you do that. And hey, we're going to do this every time you need to, all right? No need to feel embarrassed. If we have to do this every single day, we will. If we have to do that more than once a day, we'll do it, all right? But I promise you, the more we do this, the more we just get through it together, and we don't try to run away from it, the easier it's going to get. And I promise you, if I can get better, so can you. I mean, I had it so bad, I couldn't even go outside or walk down the street without having a panic attack. I used to have them just relaxing on the couch watching a movie, so believe me, if I can get here, you're going to be just fine. You're going to make it too, all right? It's not going to be like this forever. It's going to take time, and we're going to work through it, but it's going to be okay, all right? Yeah, we can stay just like this however long you want. I can just rub your back just like this. There you go. I know you're probably feeling pretty tired right now. It takes a lot out of you going through this. But hey, you did it. And I promise you it'll get easier. But once you get used to this routine, you can use it anytime you need it. Doesn't matter where you are, you're going to take this with you whenever things get tough, okay? The great thing about learning these kind of techniques is that it's like a medicine that you can carry with you anywhere you go. You can just let your body slump, you can shrink down the panic down to that little fuzzy creature until you're making him nervous, and you can do your countdown. And you know what, I'm going to teach you some breathing exercises too to be able to make it even easier to bring yourself down. And most importantly, you can tell yourself up in your head, I am not in danger. I'm uncomfortable, but I'm not in danger. I'm uncomfortable, but I can keep going with my day. I'm uncomfortable, but I can keep doing whatever I need to do, whatever I want to do. This does not need to stop me from living my life, okay? It's true. You're so safe wherever you are. And it doesn't matter if you're with someone or you're by yourself, because you are your own safe zone, okay? Your house is not your safe zone. Your bedroom or your bathroom is not your safe zone. You are the safe zone, okay? And I know that can be hard to believe some days, but it's true. Now, let's take a second because I'm going to teach you some breathing exercises, okay? And same as before, we're not trying to change how our body is feeling right now. We're just using the breathing as a way to focus in and give our mind something helpful to do, okay? So we're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, then we're going to hold it for 7 seconds, and then breathe out slowly for 8 seconds. And we're just going to do this a few times in a row, and this is going to help your nervous system really calm down all the way. And I'd really recommend trying this when you start feeling anxious because it can really turn things around. And it's not just a mental thing either, you see. Our bodies actually speed up our heart rate when we breathe in, but then it slows our heart rate when we breathe out. So when we do a shorter breath in and then a longer breath out, it actually forces our system to slow down. All right, let's try to get as relaxed as we can. You might want to shake your hands out a little bit to get some of that leftover adrenaline out of your system. There we go. That's better. All right, I'm going to count us in, all right? And breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's do it one more time, okay? Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just let out a big sigh with me, all right? Just one big breath in. And let it out with a sigh. Let's do that one more time. Big breath in. And let it out with a sigh. Very good. Good job, baby. Come here. Come here. There you go. I'm just going to rub your back. And now you can just take some normal breaths. Just whatever feels comfortable. Oh, there you go. That's it, baby. You're doing such a good job. That's right. Just relax. You don't need to worry about a thing. We'll just keep working on this, and whenever you feel anxious, we're going to deal with it. And I know it can be overwhelming sometimes, but you're trying your best, and that's what matters. And things are going to get easier, I promise. You're doing a good job. We're just going to stick with it. And every time these feelings come up, we're going to shrink down that panic, and we're just going to settle in wherever we are. We're going to remind ourselves that we're not in danger. No matter how uncomfortable it feels, everything is okay. That you are completely safe, all right? I promise you, every time you do that, it will get a little bit easier. Hey, look at me. I know you might be thinking, yeah, but how long until it stops happening? How long until I don't have to deal with this anymore? And the honest answer is eventually. I know that's probably not what you want to hear, but you need to think about this like exercising or lifting weights, If you want to know exactly when you'll get stronger, the answer is kind of the same thing, eventually, but if you keep working out consistently, you will get stronger. It's not a maybe or an if. If you put in the work, you get stronger, and your body has to because you're working those muscles, and it is the exact same thing with your mind. Every time you get anxious or you feel that panic showing up, it's like you're going to the gym for your brain, and that's how I want you to think about it. Because on the other side of that discomfort is a much stronger, happier you, okay? Just like if you're exercising and at first the weights feel impossible to lift, but if you stick with it, soon enough, those weights are going to start feeling lighter and lighter and lighter. That's what's going to happen with you, okay? And I know you can do it. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I'm saying you are still here, and I know you can do this. I have absolute faith in you. And soon enough, you won't even have to think about it. You will get so good at flipping that anxiety around because you've got this routine in your head that it won't even stand a chance, and I mean that. And listen to me. If you need help, you just let me know, okay? I've got your back. And not just as your boyfriend, but as your friend first and foremost, okay? I just really want you to be okay, baby. Now, why don't we just relax here for a few more minutes and then we can do something, okay? How does that sound? I don't know. I don't know. Do you want to help me make something to eat and we can listen to some music while we do it? Because I think that would be a wonderful way to spend the evening, and I promise you, there is no one I would rather do it with than you. Hey, baby, look at me. Everything is going to be okay, sweetheart. I promise.